Wow, that's small. That's the wall panel. Am I gonna fit in this thing? Look, we're taking time out of our day from construction, doing roofing and decking and all kinds of things to check this sucker out, so it's better be good. We got sauna delivery. Oh boy. Dog is assisting. Dog says, here, trip on a ball. All right, that's good. Okay, so this is some of the $1,000 to $2,000 options. These are the boxes. This is kind of like a mini sauna. It's the first sauna we're gonna test here in the new office, if Sage allows it. Oh boy. All right. Wow, that's small. That's the wall panel. Am I gonna fit in this thing? What's the other side look like? It's as tall as it is, dude. Put it down on the ground. That's how tall it is. Yeah, we're screwed. I mean, we're not expecting the world's greatest quality, right? And we continue.
A little bit.
Damage and chipping?
Yeah. The styrofoam was broken here.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, a lot of this stuff happens, although it does look like just brad nails are holding that on. No glues. Does this come out? It does come out. Okay. Give us an opportunity to see how. Oh, you're just kind of wedge screws in there. Wedging the screws. Oh, that one's missing it altogether. So this pops up. Just to reiterate, this is another brand manual, whatever you want to call it, from these big box stores that I can't pronounce. Don't know why they came up with the name. Obviously, we'll link it up for you so you can see what's what. One light. Okay, cool. Temperature sensor, thermostat. Let's set it up. Start with the floor. Take the floor grates out. A lot of people ask about these in the Facebook group, by the way. So you want to be super careful about sweating through these onto the heater grate. This is not specific to this brand. It's just you have sweat that's going to evaporate as soon as it hits that, and also gets really nasty if you let it drip down in these channels. I recommend putting a towel down over this before you put your feet on it. And this piece is broken too. There's nothing but a little brad nail. There's no glue. There should be glue here. It holds that on. It won't affect us putting it together, but just a note, when you assemble these things, we thought it was only broken on the front. But when you assemble these, to try to get the wall to sit down in the recess, you're gonna have to pull this over or you'll never get it in. This is the front.
Oh.
That's the back.
You want it like this?
Yeah, that'll be good. All right, so we're getting ready to put the final wall on. This actually, I'm pleased. This goes together. I mean, there is styrofoam everywhere. You got to vacuum this thing, blow it out, do everything you can. As soon as you turn it on, this styrofoam stuff is gonna melt on these heaters. So you wanna make sure you wipe this thing down and do a great job, cleaning it before you turn it on for the first time. I am pleased with the way that it goes together. For a cheap sauna, I think anybody can put this together in a reasonable amount of time. I haven't obviously used it. I don't exactly know how I'm gonna fit in it, but we're gonna be open-minded and continue to check them out. I feel like this is one of those things where you're at the fair and you throw the ball to see if you can dunk them. All right, let's put the roof on and I'll get in. Sometimes you gotta push, on the walls just a little bit because it's not totally square. But all of them are like this. This is thinner construction than we're used to. This is just an 1/8 inch piece of laminate. I should have showed that before. I mean, the difference between this and your more expensive saunas is you won't have the laminate board, as part of the construction, and the panels themselves. But we're not looking for something super high end. We're just looking for something that's budget friendly, that works, and that people can reasonably put together without a bunch of tools. These two wall connectors, those go. And then I believe it's these two. You shouldn't be able to mess them up. White to white, and then clear to clear. We'll have to double check the instructions, make sure I'm doing this right, but that's how they normally are. It looks right to me. What do you think, boss?
Yeah, it looks good for my house.
Yeah, the little bench just has a little lip to kind of secure it. This is a little, you can just push out on these walls just a little bit and get it to drop in. This trapdoor probably goes right where all those wire connectors are. We could look at the instructions, but you
there's
feed them.
holes right here.
Yeah, you feed them up through. So roof goes on. Set that down. Got to get our styrofoam pieces out of there. And then open the little thing. That'll be power cord, which is weird that it comes out on the front. Although, if you think about it, this is a side door entry. So is this really the front? Kind of not. Usually this side goes up against the wall. You feed those through, flip those through. There's a little notch that it gets caught on. So they're basically based on size. It's 4x4, 2x2, different size 2x2. It'll pretty much look like that when you're done. You drape the cord out, which, man, that's gonna be first gripe of mine, is that this barely is long enough to touch the floor, let alone reach an outlet where I'm gonna plug it in. So I'll have to get an extension cord. And we have installed the first no name, whatever brand sauna. We're not exactly sure. It's called Far Infrared Sauna. The manual has this model number, but the brand on the credit card statement and the brand on the Amazon listing is totally different. So put a link to that in the description or a pinned comment so that you can see the name that I can't type out.
Wait, should I do the police move?
So I just messed that up, bud. Can you push? This isn't, oh, maybe that's just how it sits. See how it doesn't seem like it's down in all the way?
Yep.
This is like a, is that just how it is?
That's how it is. Out here, you can see it sitting on the lip.
Your one light here, and control panel seems normal, just like any other sauna, really. Just kind of like a really basic overlay over the control panel. Kind of like a universal that they would use this part for a bunch of different brands. But really, I mean, I don't know if you can see me. I'm not super comfortable, but I'm not super uncomfortable. Like once you sit down, I still have, 8 inches, 6 inches above my head, depends on how I'm sitting. And there's enough space here. It looks like the heater coverage is gonna be really good. I probably will sweat in this if it has a decent power supply. And I don't know. All right, so we'll have to do a first session and see how it does. How do you show that? The lens won't pick it up. This is like a matte where they missed it.
Exactly, yeah.
I don't think you can see that in the viewfinder. See how it's rough?
Yep. Yeah, where it doesn't really shine.
Yep.
Tough to probably see on camera.
But where the finish is good though, this is similar to what you get on some of the $5,000 brands. It's not super, super far off. I know the overall fit and finish, size, quality, everything else. What do you think about the glass? Seems fine to me.
Yeah.
I mean, for what it is, it's just short. The finish on this side though doesn't have those problems. Like if you look at it, it's smooth.
You're right.
The I wonder if it's because for most people, they already know that this is gonna be the back. That's why the cord drop is like this. Because then you would have enough room to put it into an outlet here.
True.
Just if you're gonna put this as the back, I mean, there's no way in hell you're gonna plug this into anything because it doesn't really reach. We got to see how the speakers work too. There must be like an auto, I don't know if there's an auto Bluetooth thing. I didn't see any MP3 cord connector, did you? We're just kind of assessing. Did you see any stereo module
No, just a bunch of connectors.
in the thing? Yeah, I didn't see anything. Okay, it's gotta be Bluetooth then. That'd be cool. Let's check it out. Eric, you're not supposed to use long extension cords like that, okay? Whoa,
Oh, it does have Bluetooth.
Bluetooth. So it's on automatically?
Lights on too.
Oh, you get foot care. Light on, foot care on. What the heck's that all about? Is it not all the way flat?
Supposed to be on a level surface, man.
Well, okay. Look, we're taking time out of our day from construction, doing roofing and decking and all kinds of things to check this sucker out. So it's better be good. Let's go Fahrenheit because that's what I'm used to. 140. That drives me nuts. I'm gonna wedge some paper in there and yeah, that's good. What are you doing?
Pushing.
Huh?
Just pushing on it
Yeah, show me how.
with my finger.
Okay, so I'm gonna wedge something in there and cinch that together because every time I touch it, it drives me nuts. Well, let go. I don't think you could compare this to most saunas based on temperature on the screen because the cubic footage of this is so small. So I forget from the Amazon listing how many watts the power supply is, but you're comparing something that has like 3 or 4 times as much cubic footage as this, which is a totally different.
Tiny guy.
Yeah, this is going to be a different deal. This is a brand new structure, so we should have, if I stop moving, 0 or close to it. Obviously, if I move quickly, just like in the EMF testing videos, it shows you how to do this. It says low EMF in the Amazon listing, which is interesting. This is in the middle of the sauna. So what's that from? Is it from power supply? I'm not worried about the light. Control panel a little bit, not super worried about that. Got some speakers, not worried about that. It's the heaters themselves. 50 milligauss, I don't know, 20. On the bench, we're at 8. On the bench, 45. 10. Yeah, okay. So maybe not so low EMF. It depends on whose standard you're talking about. Let's check electric fields. Yeah, definitely not. Okay, 120. 3 something. Yeah, this is not a low EMF sauna, even though the listing says so. 47 or something, a few inches away. I just randomly placed it. Let's turn this off. And we're back to background, just so we establish a control, make sure all emissions are coming from sauna itself. And they are. So while it may not be a low EMF sauna like the listing says, we're gonna try it anyway, see if it's effective, at least for the people who, you know, don't really care about that or it's not that important to them. We're gonna let that cycle for an hour, do a little burn off phase, then wipe it down, vacuum her out. Actually, should vacuum it before I let it run for an hour, but we'll let it do its thing, clean itself out, and then hop in, try it out for the first time. So what's your first impressions? That's my first impression. I mean, I haven't used it yet, but I can tell it should heat adequately based on the square footage or the cubic footage. And if it was just a little bit taller, a little bit wider, I mean, it's not terrible. The fit and finish is okay. Some of the build quality is so-so. Other than a couple pieces that are broken, what do you think?
I don't think it's bad. I think the size is probably to save on shipping, I would imagine. But
yeah.
Otherwise, I mean, honestly, putting together those couple pieces that were broke, overall, I mean, it's not bad quality-wise.
Yeah, I don't see too much concern for VOCs in here. I didn't see any wow, that's a mouthful, uncured adhesives or anything like that. Nope. The EMF, you know, unfortunately doesn't check out, but that's pretty common for most of the big box store stuff. They say it's low EMF and then it's truly not, or they'll just show you a report where you test, you know, one of those heaters isolated in a lab and then it's, you know, a specific value. So then that's the information that's in the third party, you know, testing report. But you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So if you take those values and multiply them by what's on the report, you get somewhere like what we're seeing today. And then the other thing is they don't always show you the other half of the EMF. EMF is a plural term. It doesn't just mean one thing. So everyone that just focuses on milligauss or showing you magnetic fields is really just making it to be what they want it to be. They don't show you the electric fields. EMF stands for electromagnetic fields. And so we check for everything, both types in these saunas. Unfortunately, neither type in this particular sauna is low EMF, despite what it says in the listing. Here though, I mean, what do we call it? It has no brand name that I can enunciate. The brand name on the Amazon listing is something that I can't spell or repeat to you, even if I'm staring at it. And the instruction manual has different model numbers and stuff that is in the listing compared to the one that we bought. So this is not in the Amazon listing at all. And if you just, like we just looked, if you Google this model number, it pulls up a different brand made by the same company for $2,600. And I don't want anybody to buy that because I paid $950 some plus whatever the delivery charge is. But I don't want anyone to think that this is a $2,300 sauna. You do not need to go out and spend $2,000+ on a sauna that is this short. Like you can't.
What's the best way to make sure we get the right one?
Well, I think like you said,
so I don't spend $2,600.
Put a page together where I have the product listing on there and link directly to it. Because if you search what's in the manual, or you search the Amazon product listing, that doesn't pull up the listing that I bought this for. It pulls up ones that are over $2,000, which is like 2.5 times what I paid.